Hi, Aries, and welcome to the first of two Zodiac Teroscope readings for you for the month of June. If you happen to find this after the month of June, Aries, that's okay. There's probably a message in here for you. Go ahead and watch the video. This can also be for your Aries sun, your Aries moon, or your Aries rising, all right? We're going to be doing something a little different today. I'm actually going to be doing life advice regarding family, friendships, work or education, romance relationships to platonic relationships, personal growth, personal happiness, friendships, etc. So let's get right into it. First question out is, what advice can be given about family life for you? Renewal. I love this. So with this renewal card, what is it? Yes, it is judgment. This is your time to shine. This is your time to rise up. Okay, this is time for you to be doing and behaving in a way that, oh, I like that. To be doing or behaving in a way that truly represents you, I want to say. And look, there's a family here, so I love that this has come out in family life. What I want to say about this is judgment, or it can also be about forgiveness, right? I always say it's never forgiving the act, or the person literally, where you even have to speak. It's doing it for yourself. But I don't know. It's about doing better, being better. So for your family advice, is there something as a family unit, if that's you, your children, spouse, significant other, if you don't have family, maybe it's a friend group that you consider to be family, or for some of you, it could be your parents, your siblings, your aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, whatever. Is there something in that family unit? Look, this is Pluto here. There needs to be a bit of change, okay? There needs to be some change. Something needs to be renewed. Is it your family values, the way you all act and behave towards one another within the family? Could your family be doing something better, not just for themselves, but also for others? I want to read the card too. Renewing the past with compassion and forgiveness. Yeah, sometimes it is that forgiveness. Just moving on from it, leaving it behind, because dwelling on it isn't serving your highest good. It doesn't mean you forgive and forget. It just means you forgive to move on. Time to head in a new direction. Yeah, does your family unit in some way need to move in a new direction? Clarity on your life purpose. In your heart, you know what to do. So maybe you're the person in your family that knows what that is, and you want to take your family unit, or again, whoever it is here, right? Because it can be many different scenarios, because there's many different people watching as Aries. How do you want to take this in a new direction for your family? What is it that needs to have a change to it? Let's get a tarot card to go with it. The Hierophant. Oh, I love that. The Angel of Blessing. But the Hierophant for me is always that, you know what? The teacher, the student. Maybe you're one, maybe you're the other. Maybe you're going to be the teacher here and teach your family about this renewal, what needs to happen, about taking things in a new direction and how to do it. Maybe it's finding out more about your family. What if there's something in the family history that needs to be forgiven, not forgotten, but forgiven. And in order to do that, you need to learn a little bit more about it. Right? Where you're the student learning about something, right? Because you're figuring something, you need to figure something out here. Again, Aries, this will be different for each of you. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Maybe one of the other card piles will. But I feel that it could just be a new time for love and compassion in your family as a unit too. A joining together, because the Hierophant can sometimes be the card of marriage, right? Because he's this is an angel, but usually depicted by a priest. So maybe this is a time for your family to come together, and that's the advice that they're giving. Okay, I'm just going to leave it at that. There's plenty of things there to go over. Like I said, if it strikes a chord, it strikes a chord. If not, you just leave it. Okay. Next, we're talking about friendships, strength, courage, compassion, perseverance. I love that. Let's get a tarot with it too, because I kind of want to see in what area here. We're talking about your friends. You get a double strength card. Oh, that is interesting. Okay, let me tune in for this one. If you are in a group of friends or have a friend where it always feels like, look, we have courage, we have compassion, and we have perseverance, where you're just always having to persevere. What it is that they say, what it is that they do. You're just kind of hanging in there for dear life, okay? That is one message. You need to have the courage and the compassion for yourself to move away from it, okay? For others of you, I feel as though maybe there's some examination within the friendship or the friend group. You need to take a good hard look at, what does this mean to me, right? What does it mean? Do I feel love and compassion and caring for this group or this person? You know, are they worth my time? I feel like really the advice here is you need to take a good, hard, long look at your friendships. You need to examine them. And if it's something you need to walk away from, then you get the courage and the strength and you walk away. If it's not, it may just need to be treated with more love, caring, and compassion. We should have that for our friends, right? I feel like it can go either way. Are they good for me? Are they not? Are we in it for eternity here with the infinity symbol? Or are we, you know what, we're you know what, friends for a moment? There's something about that, Aries, that really needs to be looked into, okay? Let's go to the next card. Personal happiness. What advice do they have? This is the 8 of water. This is walking away. This is a bunch of empty cups. This is what is not emotionally fulfilling you, Aries. What is not emotionally fulfilling you in your life? What is not bringing you joy? What is not filling your cups? What is not making you happy? As I'm saying this right now, this is either you're having a ding, 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 you know, light bulb moment, or you're like, nothing, I'm quite happy, actually. Again, as I always say, there's, you know, it won't be everything. Is it walking away from this friendship that's going to actually bring personal happiness to you because you're no longer going to be in a state of just persevering, like just kind of, I'm thinking of it as hanging on just for dear life, like, oh, they've been my friend forever, or I really enjoy some of the other things, but there's this side, right? I don't know. Or is this just in general, what is it in your life that you need to walk away from? That's what the 8 of Cups is. What do you need to walk away from? To that 9 of Cups, which is emotional stability, happiness. Your cups are filled. I'm going to read the card for you. The need to move on, seeking more from life than what you are experiencing. A spiritual quest, choosing to make big life changes, a change in priorities, leaving home. I'm going to get a tarot with that. But that's where your personal happiness, when you walk away from whatever it is that, I mean, this is a straightforward message with this 8 of Cups. If you walk away from what it is that's not making your happiness or making you happy, that's where your happiness begins, right? Really. But let's get a tarot with it just because we want to see. I don't think ever in a reading, I'm still looking at these two going, I don't think I've ever had a card confirm the card before, which is kind of weird. King of Pentacles. Yeah, you need to go and take on the energy even of the King of Pentacles. You need to go where, and I love that this card is green because that's groundedness. You need to go where you can be safe and stable and firm. And I'm trying to think of all these words. Give me some more. It's stability. It's foundation. You need to go where you can go and do your thing. That's the King of Pentacles. He's a hard worker. He gets the work done, okay? He gets the work done, and because of that, he's successful. Maybe this is you walking away and taking the leadership in your own life, okay? This is generosity. This is being generous to yourself, okay? There's just something here. You need to, I'm going to say man up. You need to man up and walk away from whatever it is that is causing imbalance, unhappiness, whatever it is in your life, because once you are away from it and you're putting the hard work into what it is that you do, where it is you want to be around, who it is you want to be around, right? That's when the happiness is going to come in for you, Aries, but not until you walk away. This always doesn't need to be literal either. It can be walking away in your mind, right? You leave that way of thinking, that way of being behind. If it's not serving your highest good and making you happy, then it needs to be walked away from. Okay, leaving that for you. Let's go to what advice does Spirit, God, Source, Universe, or whomever it is for you, the angels here, your guides, your spirit guides, your ancestors, for work or your educational life, depending where you are in life, okay? Someone new is coming. An important new relationship is on the horizon. Open your mind and heart so the happiness can enter your life. I feel like this card could just tie in here anywhere, but we're talking about work. If we're talking about work, maybe for some of you, have you ever been at work and your manager just, for lack of a better word, useless, in the sense that they're not a good manager? It doesn't mean they're a useless human being. It just means they're just not management material. And because you've had good managers before and you know what that is, and you're here and this is just not, I feel like it could be something like that. You're going to get, sorry about the air conditioning, it is a little loud where I am because it's not central air, and it is warm today, but someone new's coming in, right? Someone new is coming. So open your mind. Be ready to accept and embrace this new person. It could even be that this person is going to the manager that you have. Maybe they're going to change and it's going to be like a new person stepping in. One Monday you come to work and you're like, whoa, when did Joe adopt that attitude, right? Like, wow, he's kind of turning into the manager that we need. It could be something along those lines when it comes to your work. Or maybe you own a business, or maybe you're in partnership and you know what, you're going to have new partners coming in, okay? Maybe you work in a team and someone has gone and there's a new person coming in that's going to be a new partner in that team. If it's in school, maybe it's a new professor, maybe it's a new teacher, okay? Maybe it's someone coming in that's going to help you learn. It could be a mentor in work or education. Look, the Magician's here with it. That means anything is possible, okay? Anything is possible here. I feel like it's going to feel like I said, maybe Joe comes in one day and you're like, whoa, when did he turn into that? It's magic, right? Like, you know, do you have a spell on you? Like, what's going on? I feel like it will be that kind of feeling. Someone new is coming for you, so don't give up yet. Don't throw in the towel. Someone new is coming. And I feel like it is a very good thing, okay? And maybe even like a magic trick, you're going to be like, I can't figure this out, but I like it. Right? You know, I can't figure it out. I don't want to even to try to figure it out. I just know that I like it. I don't need to know what's behind the smoke and mirrors here. I like it. It's working. Now, let's go on to relationships. These are one-to-one relationships from platonic friendship through to romantic, okay? 10 of water. They want you to be happy. They want you, look at the happy family here. Doesn't mean you need to have a happy family. You may never choose to have children or pets or a significant other. They just want you to be happy in your life. I'm saying that, okay, for those of you that don't have that. But we are talking relationships. So whatever one-to-one relationships you're in, regardless of what end it's on, they want you to be happy. They want you to feel love, have love for that person and have it returned. They want you to feel like that person is a blessing in your life, and for you to feel like you're a blessing in theirs. For some of you, it is to have the family. Maybe that's the message, the advice. They're like, it's time to move to the next step. It's time for the pet children. It's time for real children. There's no reason why you can't have this, Aries. Let's get a tarot. Yeah, there's no reason you can't have this in your life. That's their advice. So if you're feeling a little down right now about that area of your life with relationships, there's no reason you can't have this in your life, but you need to have a plan, and it's going to take a little work, and it's going to take some action on your end, right? Progress needs to be made. You can't have progress sitting still. So the Two of Wands here, look, there's little leaves growing on these wands. This is progress. This is forward movement, but the two is actually making a decision, making a plan. How am I going to get this in my life, in that relationship? How? And then you go after it. For some of you, you could be single, and this is you making the plan of who it is and what kind of relationship you want. Sometimes, I just need to say this, I feel there isn't enough focus put on that, and sometimes we end up settling for anything. So if you are a single person and you're finally saying, you know what? It's time. I'm looking for the significant other. I'm looking to start a family here. I'm looking to share my life with someone. Make the plan and start going after it. Okay? So different messages in here for different people. Let's go now to personal growth. Romance and connection. Wow. Okay. I like it. All right. Personal growth, romance and connection. Again, maybe for some of you, you're going to find your personal growth when you meet this other person. They are going to be an inspiration to you. And this isn't codependency. They're going to inspire you to be, to do, to learn, right? Which is going to help you to grow. It might not even be romance. It could just be a very powerful connection here. Like I said, this with the relationship can be from friend, platonic, coworker, whatever, straight through to romance. So maybe it's just with another person you are going to flourish. It could be a new friend. You know, you let go of the friend or the friendships up here and you start fresh and make new connections. And that's where you will see personal growth. I am grateful for the earth. Well, that could just be its own message. I love that. Maybe this happens when you're out in nature. Are you a hiker? Are you a walker? Are you a runner? Do you bicycle? What do you do? Maybe this happens. You meet this person, make this connection when you're out in the great outdoors, right? When you're out, maybe you're sitting in a park reading. Maybe you're doing yoga in the park. I don't know. Maybe you're just out enjoying the day. And maybe that's where this person comes in. So be on the lookout for that, right? Don't focus on it so much that, you can actually drive it away, but just be aware. If you might forget this in the reading, and you might be out running one day and you stop to tie a shoelace and you strike up a conversation with someone of the same sex or not. It doesn't matter. This can be any type of person in your life, romance or just a strong connection. And you just kind of get talking and hit it off and you do the rest of the run together. And you might remember back to this reading and go, oh, this is going to be an important person in my life. I don't know. I just needed to say that. Okay, let's get a few tarot here for further clarification, confirmation, advice, or guidance for you, Aries. We are out. Look at the sunflower here. I think of it as a sunflower. You know, this is flower planting, garden planting time. Maybe you meet them at the nursery, right? Knight of Wands, take action. All of this really is about taking action, isn't it? Every bit of it. Every one of these sets is about taking action. They're just driving that home. But take that action when you're inspired to take it, when you're enthusiastic about taking it. Don't just run into it willy-nilly. Really have your sights set on what it is. You're making this plan. You're really looking at something here, and then you take the action. Seven of Wands. I like the challenges is on here. The Seven of Wands is usually when you're standing up for yourself in some way. Okay. See, just saying it. Triggered. Okay. You're standing up for yourself in some way. You're finally standing up in your family and saying, no, we need to make some changes here. You're standing up for yourself in your friendships. You're standing up for your own personal happiness. You're going to hang in there and stand up for yourself when it comes to the job, the relationship. Okay? So it does, I'm going to say, ties in with some more strongly than others. So I like that. Don't back down. You have the strength, okay? You have the strength. 2 strength cards coming out, sitting right on top of them. Love that, okay? There's no coincidence in the messages that comes in where the cards end up being laid sometimes. It always amazes me. This is a new beginning for you with the Fool. This is a new start, right? Take advantage of it in whatever area this is. Love this message for you, Aries. Love this message. You're meant to go on the Fool's journey. You just need to take that step out. You need to take the first step. Okay, 2 more cards before we go. Archangel Uriel. Archangel Uriel works on the ruby ray, which is made up of purple and gold. It is the ray of wisdom and spirituality. You are blessed to attract this angel card, for he will bring you serenity, love, and tranquility and peace. You, in turn, are invited to spread these beautiful qualities to others. Connecting with Archangel Uriel will enable you to aspire to oneness with all humanity. This is a high state of grace, which will bring you freedom and joy. And that kind of back here, right? You rising up. It could have something to do with the family card. Visualize yourself in a purple, and if he's purple and gold wings, and purple and gold cloak, and invoke Archangel Uriel's help to raise your consciousness. Okay. To rise up, to be the better person, to be the better people. Love that message. Now let's get one more here for you with these very cute but hard to shuffle angel cards. Well, they're not cute. They're actually quite pretty if you look at them. They really are. It's one of my first decks I ever bought. I was so attracted to the artwork on them. But they are a little difficult to shuffle. That's okay. I like to do this, right? So let's get an angel card for you here, Aries. Opportunity. Wondrous possibilities and opportunities await you. Stop dwelling on past mistakes. Surrender the past lovingly. There is nothing to regret. All is always in perfect and divine order. Everything that you've ever experienced has helped you in some way. The past is behind you. The path ahead is clear. Move forward joyfully and fulfill your heart's desire. Okay, so Aries, those are your messages. I've been telling everyone, for whatever reason, the message is coming in. If you still feel you need some advice and guidance here in your life, do not hesitate to go back into some of my other readings. I have playlists. It may not even be your sign. If you're attracted or pulled to it, go in, because there could be more advice and guidance in there for you, okay? And if not, I will see you in a few weeks with the second reading for June. Thank you so much, Aries.